Hey Rebels, welcome to the May training brief. We're going to be not just covering the month of May today, but we'll have a look at the next sort of 13 weeks, which is our first training cycle of the competition calendar season, if you will, which is going to be called BASE. So this is, as you can imagine, trying to create a really strong foundation that we're going to build upon as we get closer to the CrossFit competition season, which is going to sort of be around February, March next year. So the things that we're going to be focusing throughout this, strength's going to be a big factor. We're going to be working on our back squat, our deadlift, and our bench press. They're going to come up weekly throughout this period, and they're going to kick off with a 1RM test on the 6th of May, bench press on the 7th. We're going to do a power snatch on the 8th, and then a deadlift on the 10th. So once we've tested those, you can expect for the rest of May creeping into June, we'll be focused on higher rep ranges, particularly on our sets of 5. And then as we get further through, we'll be building to triples and doubles, and then we'll be retesting at the end of that to see our 1RMs go up. For our gymnastics, again, it's going to have more of a strength focus. We'll have strict and kipping toe to bars, so a bit of the skill side of it there too. Strict ring muscle ups, and we're going to be starting off early in the program focused on handstands, kicking up, doing some balancing drills and whatnot, and then that'll flow a little bit more into handstand walks and then other areas of our handstands as well. For our work capacity, we're going to have benchmark workout Ingrid get tested on the 8th, and you're also going to see a bit of a general theme shift towards some more Hyrox style stuff, which is going to help those who are doing that prepare. But as a general rule too, if you read the overview that we've also got posted in here about our training cycles, a little bit more mixed and odd object type training. We'll also back off some of the more typical things that we'd see in the CrossFit Open. So barbell cycling and some of those really high volume gymnastics movements as well. We will still sprinkle that stuff in. It'll just take a little bit of a back seat. We're also going to introduce an endurance day on Thursdays, and that'll kick off with a 5-kilometer run or row test. That's your choice, as well as having the option of a 10-kilometer bike erg or a 25-minute echo bike for calorie option there. That'll be on the 9th to the 5th. And then following on that every Thursday, we're going to have it's going to be like 25 minutes to 40 minutes of interval training on one of these options. That'll go for 12 weeks. Again, we'll do some sort of test at the end of that. So really keen to see how that goes. And again, you've got some different options there. So you can either focus on one and stick with that throughout if you train regular on Thursdays, or you could mix it up a little bit and train different things throughout it. The choice is yours. We're also going to be introducing some pump sessions. We do some training like this already. That's going to primarily pop up on a Sunday and a Thursday, but it will get sprinkled in around that as well. So times when we're doing a little bit shorter interval work here, we'll also include a bit of a pump session as well. And sometimes there'll be a bit of a cool down where we do some stretching on the Thursdays as well. Weightlifting, there's going to be a few changes here. It's something that when you look at SugarWOD, you'll notice there's going to be a bunch more components to the weightlifting program. Some of those things are primers for our main lifts, and then the main lifting is what we're doing now. We're just sprinkling in some other things, like we've got a plyometrics program that'll be happening on Thursdays and Saturdays, and we'll be doing the testing for that on Thursday the 9th of the 5th as well, which, if you're unaware, this coming Sunday we've also got our plyometric workshop. So if you want to learn more about that, book yourself in, get along to that with Andy. Along with the weightlifting, there'll also be pump sessions added into that, and there'll also be some shortened versions of our class work capacity as well, which members can either do in the weightlifting time if there's time, or if they're doing CrossFit class as well, they could opt to do the weightlifting version of the workout of the day. So there's a fair bit happening. I don't want to confuse you guys, go into too much detail on it all, but they're the main bits and pieces that we're going to be introducing. So if you have any questions, yell out. I will say, just with some of the changes in weightlifting, is depending on what time you come in and train for that, you may not always have time to get through all of it. So you will need to try and prioritize the things you want to work on, get them done. And if there is time for any extras, go for that too, but it isn't all intended to always be done within the session time. So just be aware of that. But we're pumped. We're looking forward to it. Again, shoot questions through if you have them. More than happy to answer those. More than anything, we're just really pumped about coming into this new block of training, and we hope you can see where we've got our emphasis coming up. Thanks for watching.